James and the Van. It was a frosty morning on the island of Sodor, and James was bringing a freight train from the Little Western. He was cold and tired and wouldn't stop complaining.
Why can't Duck or Oliver do this? He moaned. A splendid engine like me should be pulling coaches, not these troublesome freight cars.
Don't worry, James, said his fireman. We've nearly reached the yard now, so you can have a drink and a rest before your next train.
Good, James replied. A nice long rest will make me feel much better.
Soon they arrived back at the yard. James was still feeling rather upset, and as he stood in the yard, the icy wind swirled around a smoke box.
Bother this cold weather,
he shivered. Right, said his fireman. I'll jump down and uncouple the cars, then we can go and fetch the coaches. He walked over to the coupling and tried to uncouple it, but try as he might, it would not budge.
What's going on back there? Asked James. I'm going to be late for my passengers.
There seems to be a problem with the coupling, said his fireman at last. It looks like we're going to have to take the van with us.
What? Exclaimed James. Pull my train and this horrible van too? No, I won't. What would the other engines think if they found out? Great, grumbled the van. Now I'm stuck behind you for the rest of the day.
Now come on, soothed his fireman. We must remember the passengers. We can't leave them standing out in the cold.
Fine, groaned James. The sooner we take these passengers, the sooner I can get to the works and get my coupling fixed.
James arrived at the platform, still cold and upset. As he watched the passengers begin to board the train, he was surprised to see that the passengers didn't take much notice of the van.
That's good, he thought to himself. If the passengers don't notice, then maybe none of the other engines will.
As James arrived at the station, he suddenly heard a familiar whistle.
"Oh no," said James. "It's Gordon!"
"Hello, little James. What are you doing coupled to that van?" asked Gordon. "Is that what passes as a special coach nowadays?" Gordon puffed away, still laughing. James tried to ignore him, and it wasn't long before the conductor's whistle blew, and they continued on their way. James soon arrived at Wellsworth Station. As the passengers began to board, he suddenly noticed the station master talking to someone with a large wooden box. "I'm sorry, but you can't bring this on the train," said the station master. "There isn't enough space. You'll need to wait for the mail train later tonight."
"But I'm performing an important concert," explained the passenger, "and I must get myself and my piano there on time."
James listened carefully, and suddenly an idea came to him.
"Excuse me," he called. "You could try putting your piano into my van. I'm sure it would fit, and it would mean you could get to your concert on time."
The passenger was delighted.
"That's a wonderful idea, James," said the passenger. "What a clever engine you are."
James felt rather pleased with himself.
"This piano's heavy," moaned the van. "Why do we have to take it?" "Stop your complaining," puffed James. "All this fuss over one wooden box." "The piano's loaded now, so it's almost time for us to get going," said James to the passenger.
So the passenger hurried quickly on board, and moments later the conductor blew his whistle. James knew it was time to leave. At the next station, Sir Topham Hatt was waiting for James to arrive. He was surprised to see a van in front of his coaches. He was just about to ask him about it when the owner of the piano came over to see him.
"This clever engine and his crew came to my rescue," he explained. "They helped me transport my piano in time for my band's concert tonight, and James offered to help. You must be very proud of him." "Indeed I am," smiled Sir Topham Hatt. "James, your quick thinking has helped a passenger in need, and you've once again proven yourself to be a really useful engine." "Thank you, sir," puffed James proudly. "Hey, what about me?" cried the van. "I had to carry the piano."
Sir Topham Hatt turned his attention to the van.
"I hear that you helped one of my passengers today," he said, "so I must thank you as well. You are a very useful van indeed, and you've even given me an idea. We should consider adding vans to all of our passenger trains in the future." "I think that's a good idea, sir," said James. "Getting stuck to a van wasn't such a bad thing after all."
The van was pleased, but a little embarrassed. He wasn't used to getting praised like this, and was looking forward to his next passenger train. Branching out. It was a busy time on the railway, and all of the engines were working hard except poor Thomas. He was feeling unwell.
"You should go to the steamworks for a while," said Sir Topham Hatt. "They'll have you fixed up and feeling better in no time."
As Emily came and took Thomas away to be repaired, Sir Topham Hatt wondered who else he could get to take Thomas's passengers. Suddenly, Diesel backed into the yard with a train of freight cars. Sir Topham Hatt looked at him and smiled.
"Ah, Diesel! Just the engine I wanted to see."
Diesel looked a little nervous. Sir Topham Hatt usually only wanted to see him if he was in trouble.
"Good morning, sir," said Diesel nervously. "Did you need me for something?" "Yes, indeed I do," smiled Sir Topham Hatt. "Thomas is not feeling well, and Emily has taken him to the steamworks to be repaired. So, I need a really useful engine to help with taking the passengers on his branch line."
Diesel was very surprised.
"But sir," he protested, "I'm only a shunting engine. I've never really pulled passengers before." "Don't worry, Diesel," Sir Topham Hatt reassured him. "I'm confident you'll manage just fine, and I'm sure that Annie and Clarabelle will be glad to show you what to do. Just remember, you need to be on your best behavior today. I don't want to hear from the passengers that you've been causing trouble." "But sir, I can't take Annie and Clarabelle. They're Thomas's coaches, and they don't like me." Diesel! "You'll be fine," smiled Sir Topham Hatt. "Now, run along and collect Annie and Clarabelle. They should be waiting for you in the sidings." "Oh, why do I have to take passengers?" "Maybe," he thought, "Sir Topham Hatt chose me because I am the best engine for the job." "Hello, ladies."
Nein, Clarabelle, it's that devious Diesel. Surely, replied Clarabelle, Sir Topham Hatt could have picked another engine instead of him.
"Perhaps he thinks I'm the best engine for the job," boasted Diesel. "After all, he specifically asked me to help with the passengers while Thomas is away."
I'm sure he only asked you to help as all the other engines are busy.
He certainly did not. Now, we need to get going. We don't want to be late after all. Right, let's get going.
Remember, said Clarabelle, you need to pull away gently as to not startle the passengers. Diesel, you need to remember to slow down as you approach the station. You mustn't bump the coaches, especially if they have passengers on board.
All aboard. Off we go again. Hurry up, please. We don't want to be late.
Just then, one of the passengers approached Diesel. "Thank you, Diesel," she said. Diesel looked surprised. He wasn't sure what to say.
You're very welcome. Wow, someone was grateful for my help.
"You see," said Annie, "passengers appreciate an engine who looks after them and pulls their train well." Diesel thought about this.
Maybe you're right, he said. Maybe I can pull passengers after all. Okay, on to our next stop.
You're doing well, Diesel, said Annie kindly. One stop to go, Diesel, said Clarabelle. Then we'll hold your first passenger train. Diesel soon reached Farquhar, the top station of Thomas's branch line. He felt rather pleased with himself. Suddenly, he noticed Sir Topham Hatt walking towards him.
I hope he's not here to tell me off, he thought. Maybe one of the passengers complained about me.
But Sir Topham Hatt wasn't cross. He was smiling.
Well done, Diesel, he said proudly. I've heard from some of your passengers that you did a good job today. Thank you, sir, said Diesel, but I did have some help. Thomas is still being repaired, so I'll need you to stay and help out for a few more days, explained Sir Topham Hatt. Do you mind? Not at all, sir, said Diesel happily. I'm sure that the three of us can run this branch line just fine.
Annie and Clarabelle smiled. Perhaps, they thought, Diesel wasn't so devious after all.